All right, y'all, it's Tuesday, and I'm so happy y'all decided to join me again. Decided to drive by, but you know I got to do the housekeeping.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Say, bro, like a man, I can't help but notice that black wealth seems to be disappearing at an alarming rate right now under Trump, dog. Everywhere I look up, people are losing their homes. They look like me. They're being laid off. They look like me. Tariffs are affecting them. More racial divide in the country. It's really nothing good happening as far as I could tell with Orange Man being in office. But we're going to get into this video right here, man. I ain't going to lie to y'all. This is going to be tough for a lot of people to watch because I know many of y'all are going through this right now. But your boy empathizes with you.
I'm missing out on so much in my kid's life. That's the only thing you need to be alive right now.
This is America right now, y'all. This ain't for play. This for real. This people's real life.
Trying to stroke. I would never come to social media about what I'm going through, but I am. Bro. When I tell you I'm hurting, I'm hurting.
You know how bad things gotta be for you to come to TikTok and really just have a heart-to-heart moment like this, dog. This is crazy. But man, you know what keeps me, grounded is like I'm reading the comments right now and they're overwhelmingly positive, and people are trying to extend their grace and help to her by offering her jobs, offering her help to find housing and all of that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool to see. And these are black people, by the way. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, bro. I don't see a single. Oh, there go Muffin. She's white. Cool. Shout out to Muffin. But bro, at the end of the day, we all we got, bro. Ain't nobody coming to save us but us. Real talk.
Hey TikTok. Starting October 1st, the bank is going to start foreclosure proceedings on my home. I have been unemployed since June, and although I've been doing deliveries, it's not enough to maintain all the bills that I have and my full mortgage. And because I'm unemployed, I'm not able to apply for hardship assistance, and of course they're not taking partial payments. They're planning to foreclose on my home over $1,600. And they're starting October 1st.
That don't even sound right.
So if you could just please watch, like, and share this video. And if you find it in your heart to donate, I would be so grateful. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I was going over in my head if I even wanted to make this video, but this was my last and only option, and so I did. But if you could just watch this video and donate it if you find it in your heart, I would really appreciate it. I'm usually a person that's slow to take and quick to give. So I just figure I'd come and let y'all know. Thank y'all very much, and I really appreciate you listening.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. But her Cash App is $Rob, like short for the name Robert. $Rob UW, as in university, as in Wisconsin. $Rob UW. This is crazy, bro. Like, I know people in real life going through this, dog. Me and my I don't want to get too specific, but we had to come up with some real money to save somebody from a situation like this a while back, bro. And if it wasn't for us, they'd be shit out of luck, man. So you'll never see me laughing at no shit like this.
Hey, my loves. I'm here in a U-Haul truck. Sitting here trying to get everything in there. I got a million other things I got to put in a storage room, but I'm at a U-Haul, and at a storage room putting all my things up because I have to be gone. I'm moving out of my house because we got to go. We don't know what happened. Our bank sold to another bank. They didn't want to keep the mortgage, I guess. I don't know what happened. We've never been late, but here I am. I'm moving my stuff into this storage room, and it's like I don't have anywhere to go. I'm probably gonna have to just go to my son and daughter's house because everything happened so fast. I haven't been to court or anything. I don't know what's going on. All I know is some investors are coming. But I just want to let you know that no matter what I go through, no matter what we go through in life, we're gonna lose some stuff. We're gonna win some stuff. I'm still in shock. I don't even know how to start fighting, but I know I gotta. I just know that no matter what we go through, God is going to bring us out. This got to be some kind of purpose God has in mind for my life. Because I did everything right. I was going to be finished paying for my house next year or the year after that. But now I'm gone. I almost was through paying for the house. And here I am.
She's taking this very well for some. I would be tripping right now.
My son and daughter-in-law. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but. Be encouraged to TikTok. Be encouraged to know that God still loves you. He loves me. I don't trust anything else but to know that He does. I just pray for my husband. He's not doing well. He's not taking it well. He's just kind of in limbo. He's not even talking to me much. I did everything right. And this still turned out wrong. So we're just gonna have to trust God in here and tell everybody trust God, because if I can go through this, believe me, I've been through worse. I've been a death throwing back. So to go through this is numbing. To go through this is kind of.
This don't sit right with me, bro.
Bewildered and perplexed a little bit, but at the end of the day, yeah, it shook me a little, but I trust God. I trust Him with my life. I trust Him with my home, with my new home, with me being homeless.
Nah, this don't sit right with me, though.
I trust Him to bring us out of this. He's got to bring us out. But just want y'all to pray for us and continue to pray for us that God gives us what to do, the next step to do at this moment. So y'all be encouraged. Just want to check in with y'all, let y'all know why I haven't been posting, and that's why. But be encouraged. And
bro, this does not sit right with me, dog, and I hate this shit, man. I really do. It breaks my heart for the simple fact so many black people just don't know no fucking better, bro. I'm sorry to say it, bro, but there's no way I would be leaving my house after it's almost paid off because y'all switched banks. My bank that I signed my mortgage with sold to another bank. There's no way I'm getting out of this house, man. Nah, y'all gonna have to show up to this house with some police officers and a signed court order by a judge saying I gotta get up out this bitch. And even then, it's still gonna be smoke in the city because you can't just take my house away, bro. Like, not without me going down with a fight. She said the house almost paid off. She would have paid that house either next year or the year after, bro. And then the lady before that who saying she getting foreclosed on over $1,600 American dollars. That doesn't sit right with me either. This reminds me of some shit that them people, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it what it is, them white folks at Wells Fargo, Bank of America, in the government, always doing something to undermine black people. I would not be surprised if this is like a ghetto loan situation. One of them, I'm going to play with the paperwork because they don't know no better. So they're going to lay down and just say, well, they said this is the case. I guess I don't have any other options. Hell no, man. Go do your research. Look into this shit. This don't sound right. $1,600? You getting foreclosed on over $1,600? That don't sound right. Usually it's like 3 months of missed, and then they start the paperwork process, the pre-foreclosure and all that. Man, it's not. It's a process. $1,600 don't even sound like it went through a process. And then this one right here, bro, like I just this doesn't make any sense. I literally be trying to get a lawyer who could do this for me pro bono or something. There's no way I would go down like this. What? Makes no sense, man.
I can pack up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. If you own a newly constructed home or you're buying a newly constructed home, stay here. So tell me how I signed a document with all the documents signed, your payment 1907, and you signed 1 million documents. Now a year later, they hit me up in February talking about your payment is $34.50. I bet it ain't. I bet it's not. So the first year when you buy your home, your newly constructed home, they're only charging you for the taxes, the property taxes on the land, the raw land. Well, the land was only worth $60,000. Well, now that the house has been put on it and now there's a development around you, that now that land this year is worth $110,000 and they put a 400 and something, almost $500,000 house on top. So now your taxes are going to go to correct. So now your mortgage is going to increase. Now, when they done tell you got a fixed rate, you got a fixed payment and all, they not explaining to you that the property taxes will increase that payment. My payment went up to $34.50. How? How? Because I can pack.
Yeah, your payment be going up for a lot of reasons, honestly. One reason is because there wasn't a building on it when you got assessed for the taxes. They only assessed it for the land value. And that land might have been 20,000, 30,000, because what a lot of these developers like to do, which is smart, they go and buy undervalued land and then they add value to it by, building out sewer systems on that unoccupied land, putting properties on it, amenities, electrical, all of that stuff raises the value. Rezoning it, all of that stuff raises the value. So anyway, they go and create value and then they put homes on it. And the problem is when you close on that loan, the escrow company and all that kind of stuff, they're only accounting for the land. The building value hasn't been assessed yet. The next year or the year after, when your home comes back and they say it's worth $300,000-$400,000, but you only was taxed on a $30,000 lot, you're cooked. It is what it is. And they don't tell people this shit. The real estate agents are not going to tell you that, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. 2 years from now, your house payment might go up $700, $800, $900 to $1,000 based on trends I'm seeing. The comparable sales in this neighborhood is like $400-$500. You might want to be on the lookout for that. If they told you that, you might not pull the trigger.
Up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. So they send a little letter. I called because with this letter, don't send no letter when you talking about my money. I called a lady. The lady basically telling me, yeah, somebody should have told you. They didn't tell me, ma'am. And that's another thing. Your realtors, some realtors, they gonna comment. I tell my clients that was your realtor's fault. That was your okay, but we not here for that. I'm here for the people that if y'all have experienced this or if y'all about to experience this because it's y'all first house in y'all newly constructed home. The taxes is not right. Pay extra. Let me tell you how crazy it was, because when I signed the paperwork, they said your payment, like the lender was, my loan originator was like, your payment gonna be $2,407. But when we got to the paperwork, it was $1,907. So then I said, hey, it's supposed to be 24. You said 9. He said, no, don't even worry about it. That I always overbid. So, when you get here, I can give you good news. And I'm over here giving him brownie points, sending him edible arrangements and shit. And nigga, you knew it was supposed to be $2,400 because the taxes, you didn't say that. So now I'm paying $1,907. Happy as hell paying $1,907. And then the next year come in and I got to pay because the escrow didn't have no money. They done paid the taxes for me. Sir, lender, I didn't ask you to pay the tax. Don't pay the taxes on my behalf. You better call me and tell me my escrow was low. So they done paid the taxes. Now they talking about I owe them $34.50 a month for the next 3 years, or I can come out of my pocket 17, 18. We is struggling. The county, the city, the states, America is dying.
Listen, bro, it's not good, man. It's not looking good, bro. It's really not. Straight up. And add insult to injury, bro. Like, you got to understand the economy is trash. People cannot afford groceries right now. And then you tack on any amount of increase to a mortgage payment, something that was static, something that was fixed, and then just out the blue, it goes up $600, $700, $800. That is going to cripple and crush most Black Americans for sure. That's going to cripple and crush most Americans in general. But Black people are unusually vulnerable to any economic imbalance in the country, dog. It's just what it is. If you look at the unemployment rate for Black folks and compare and contrast that to white folks, it's almost double, if not double. It's probably double and a little bit then some. Like, that's just the nature of how it is. What they say, when Manhattan catches a cold, Harlem catches the flu. Guys, me and you, we're Harlem.
My mortgage payment went from $1,600 to $3,500.
Baby, fuck no.
This is all I have been seeing going on my timeline on TikTok right now, on how everybody's mortgage rates are increasing.
For the man, listen, if you mathematically challenged, bro, double 1,600, they give you 32. And to get to 35, you got to add another 300, dog. Her shit went up $1,900. Wow. Take the house. Fuck it. I don't need this house. I'll go live in a shoebox.
Honestly, I can tell you what, when I first bought my house and I had a realtor, my realtor did not tell me anything. I bought the house. I didn't know what I was doing. I was not a realtor then, of course. And I did not learn about my payment until the closing day. I did not know how much my mortgage payment was going to be until the closing day. And I signed on the dotted line. At that point, for me, I was ready to buy a house. So I just felt like it was what it was.
I bet you any amount of money she saw a red flag the day she signed those closing documents, but she ignored it. I bet you any amount of money. I walked away from a closing table because something that was introduced to me that I wasn't willing to prepare. I could afford it, but it was the fact that it wasn't disclosed to me until that day. This was an investment property. So I said, nope, not pulling the trigger, walked away, lost my $1,500 deposit. But in hindsight, it was the smartest decision I made because I would have probably lost way more than that.
Unfortunately, my mortgage payment is $1,600 and it's still $1,600. But I guess my question is, for everyone's mortgage that's going up, like I know it's a terrible situation, but also when you are purchasing your homes, are you not understanding what questions to ask your lender? Because you can always ask your lender when you go under contract on a home to show you what your monthly payment is going to be. Of course, it's going to be an estimate, but also at the closing table, when the attorney is going over how much you're going to pay for your mortgage, and they give you a piece of paper that has all your mortgages for however many ever years that you have to pay your mortgage for. At that time, when you're signing your papers, don't just sign the papers, just ask questions that you may have about your mortgage. Because once you sign and close on your home, that's your home. And then years down the line, you're looking at, you have to sell your home. So it's like unfortunate. Of course, property tax always goes up. So, that could be another question. When you're buying a home, ask about the property tax. Another thing that could kill you is incentives. Sometimes it's good to have incentives on new construction homes, but sometimes it's not, especially when you're doing the 2-1 buy down. Basically, when your interest rate is going to be one price for 1 year, it's going to go up the next year, and then it might go up the third year. Ask what your mortgage rate is going to go up to for the third year. You might can afford the house for year 1 and 2, but if you can't afford it for year 3, then what's the point of getting the incentive? Yep. Like, don't just go looking into a new construction because they're giving you $10,000 and they're giving you a 2-1 buy down, because you might be the next person where you're going to be saying, my mortgage payment was $1,500 and now my mortgage payment is $2,500 because my realtor didn't tell me this or the lender didn't tell me that. Like, you also have to do your own research when you're purchasing a home.
I'll say this, bro. If I was in the market for a new construction, I would absolutely try to build it myself to save money and have equity built into it, but also give myself that worst case scenario. In other words, if I'm looking around the neighborhood, and let's just assume I buy it in a already established neighborhood, it ain't got no new construction. All of the other homes in the neighborhood, 50, 60 years old, vacant lot. I take it, buy it, and put something on it. Now, what do I have to go by as far as comps? My comp is probably going to be higher than anything, but let's just assume I build a 1,600 square foot house, and other 1,600 square foot houses in the neighborhood are going for, let's say, 2.25, 250, maybe 300,000. I have to make a estimated assumption, a educated assumption that my house is going to be worth more than that, and I have to factor in how much I think those taxes are going to be 3, 4, 5 years down the line when they assess my building value, which could be even higher. You got to think about shit like that when you're buying, but we don't know what we don't know.
My mortgage payment went up by about $500 each month. Yes. As you can imagine, I needed to get to the bottom of it. So I called my mortgage company. They said, hey, listen, your taxes went up. I got to take it up with the Department of Assessment and Taxation. Okay, no problem. So I called them. Get a young girl on the phone. She says, hello. I said, hey. I said, listen, my mortgage payment has now gone up by about $500. I said, I need to get to the bottom of it. And I said, I need your help. And she said, okay, no problem. It's in the system. And she said, oh, we came out and we assessed your property. Oh, wait, ma'am, I'm sorry, what? She said, oh, we came out and we assessed your property. First of all, why y'all in my business? Why y'all assessing my property? Leave me and mine alone.
For real.
I digress. Okay, so she says, when we assessed it, your property increased in value by about $60,000. What's the tax rate? She said the tax rate is 1.2%. Okay, so I'm silent at this moment because I'm waiting for her to tell me more, because a $60,000 increase on my property value with a 1.2% tax rate does not equate to that increase, like $3,000 in taxes. It's not taking my taxes up by that much. I said, you got anything else for me? Any other reason as to why it's increased as much? She said, oh, I just told you. I said, baby girl. I said, the math isn't math. And I explained it to her and she paused because she didn't understand. All I could think of is George W. Bush, you will pay for your No Child Left Behind sentence. You will pay for those sentences. And so I explained it to her again, and I did the math so she could understand. So I need you to take the headset off. I need you to go to the back. I said, I need you to do some math. I need you to come up with what else could have increased my taxes by this much. She paused. She said, okay. So she goes away. Comes back on the phone. She says, ma'am, I'm ma'am. Just in case you don't know, I'm ma'am. She said, ma'am, I got it. Baby girl come back spitting numbers. She's spitting numbers. So she was, in fact, not meant to be left behind. Long story short, I had a tax credit for a high efficiency home. I no longer have that tax credit. It's ran its course. So am I at the point doing something strange for some change? Nah. However, it's getting real out here. That's all I came to say. Okay, so that's my story. Mwah, bye.
Anyway, dog, listen, bro. I feel like you should go and contest these assessments and things of that nature whenever they do come out and assess you for taxes, because I promise you them lazy fuckers at them places are not doing it right. Some people have saved money, bro. Like, some people have gotten their buildings assessed and it came back to like something crazy, like 10,000. They got it assessed and they lowered it by like 5,500. Real talk. Let me see if I can find something in the comment section, bro. I know somebody got to know. Because I've seen it. I ain't saying it's a 100% success rate, but it's definitely something. And I'm wondering, does she have the homestead exemption? Because that saves you money too. There we go. I appealed my taxes when they appraised my property. Brought my mortgage payment down $450. Switched insurance, another $250. So what is that? $700 savings. Bruh, raise your hands if you don't need another $700. Exactly, I thought so. Girl, the lady I appeal with told me our assessors don't even walk the property. They assess based on the front of the house. I know you fucking lying. That at least that's how I imagine she said it. I said absolutely not. They lowered my tax amount by $3,500. Lord, the Lord is good. God damn it. Ooh. My mama hear me do that, boy. She'll pop me in my mouth to this day. You gonna say the Lord is good and then follow that with a goddamn. I'm sorry.
Black home ownership just hit its lowest level since 2021.
Oh, great.
Only 43.9% of Black Americans own homes in the second quarter of 2025, down from 45.3% just a year earlier, according to new data released from the real estate platform Redfin. So what caused the steepest drop in years? Economists point to the rising Black unemployment rate, which is now at 7.2%. The highest since the pandemic. Federal layoffs administered by the Trump administration, along with the dismantling of DEI in both public and private sectors, have hit Black workers especially hard.
And I want to touch on that just in case some people see this and take it the wrong way. First of all,
and the impact is clear. Fewer jobs and fewer promotions for Black workers means fewer pathways to ownership. Meanwhile, Black women are carrying an even heavier load. Economists call it the double tax, the compound weight of pay disparities and higher unemployment. Job losses among Black women, combined with historic barriers like redlining and predatory lending, are preventing many from becoming homeowners. The result? Families missing out on stability, equity, and generational wealth. There is a sliver of hope, however, since mortgage rates are easing, falling below 6.5% after peaking above 7% earlier this year. That means affordability is slowly improving and some buyers are regaining negotiating power.
Say, bro, when she was talking about the Black people being laid off because of DEI and all that kind of stuff, I couldn't help but think that they're using that as an excuse to hire Black people who were never hired as DEI to begin with, because when you look into like the metrics in the studies, white women are the overwhelming majority of DEI hires, bro. So I think an argument can be made that like, yeah, man, we're gonna get rid of a lot of Black people and just say it was DEI. Fuck, we don't want them here no way. Kill two birds with one stone. Lose their jobs, they lose their homes. Why not? Bro, this shit makes me sick. I want to highlight a comment I see. It's also discriminatory low wages and salaries. Even the top Fortune 500 companies decline in low interest loans and an increase in subprime loans, even with good credit. Bro, they was giving Black people with good credit subprime loans back in 2008. They called them ghetto loans. Motherfuckers had 750, 800, 850 credit scores and was getting subprime loans because they just didn't think they could be taken advantage of with a credit score that high. You know, it's crazy. Anyways, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video and hope you learned something.